Hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let me get myself situated. Welcome for those who are here and those who will be joining in at a later time, because this live stream is going to be up for replay. It's going to be up for everyone to see, to watch, to hear. I just decided to do this as a live stream rather than a recording for all of you, so that in case you have questions, I am here present and it's live. So that's the purpose of doing the live at this time. So as I am waiting for people to join in, hello, can you tell me where you're from so we can kind of see where we are all connecting over the world? Well, I'm from Southern California. I am here in Southern California. Let me know where you guys are from. Thank you. Peace and love to you too. And welcome. So I'll just wait like about a minute. It's about 11:02 here. That's so amazing. And the purpose of this video today is to really look at not just numerology, but the energy that we feel with the number 2023. We are in the year 2023. So I wanted to kind of start to speak about that and bring in some insights from what I have understood, and perhaps that will help you and assist you in bringing in your greatest desires to manifest our dreams. Come January, we all get into this great thrust of let's begin and let's put in, these are the action steps. So many times, we haven't given enough credence, or we haven't given enough to the past or recognize the lessons from the past before we can, move into the future. So let me see. Georgia, welcome. Maine, welcome. New York, welcome. Yay. Yeah, wonderful. So it is 111 today. And, I love numbers. And I wanted to first start with, what is the significance of number 1? Yes, we are beginning our session officially right now. All right. So when you're beginning to see the number 1, now today is January 11th, well, here in Southern California. All right. So ones are always associated with an energy of a new beginning, a new start. It's awareness of change. Pennsylvania, welcome. Okay. It's also a symbol of confidence. 1 is a symbol of confidence, power, and action. It's a very, very yang energy. Okay. So it's a very, very yang energy because you're going to be taking action. Now, whether I'm a female or you're a male or a female, it doesn't really matter. All of us have a masculine energy. All of us have feminine energy. Sometimes we express more of the other and less of one. Oh, welcome from India, Florida. India is my birth country. Yay. It's so late in India, but thank you for joining here. Florida. Lovely, lovely. Oh, Hilka, welcome. One of my regular subscribers. Thank you. I hope you appreciate I do bring content specifically for mothers and grandmothers. Oh, it's your son's birthday today. Oh, how wonderful. That is such a beautiful, beautiful day. Happy birthday to Flows Grows. May your son flourish, grow, and be successful. Namaste, dears. So as I was saying, number 1 is the energy of independence. It's the energy of a new beginnings. And it's the energy of action. So as you're seeing the numbers 1, okay? Especially like today, and focus on the months or any time you're seeing the number 1. Okay, even in the months, right? You've got 21, 31, you got 11, you got 1, you got 10. So all of those, look at all the numbers anytime there's a 1. There's one activation that is taking place at a subconscious level. And it is awakening within you, or pushing and nudging, your soul's nudging you towards greater levels of power. Perhaps you'll need to look at any time that one is coming up. At that moment or on that day, have you given your power away? Or are you being too aggressive? So there's that balance that's needed. Okay? So that's something to be mindful of as you progress in this year. Okay. Then ones may also be coming in at a time when you're wanting to start something new. Okay. Like, I'm wanting to start my new coaching program. I'm wanting to start A, B, and C. I'm wanting to start writing a book. These are Archana's personal goals for 2023. Like, what do I want to stand on December 31st, 2023 and look back and say, wow, this is what I have accomplished. So I always start with the end in that way for planning purposes and for feeling purposes. If I stand there on December 31st, what do I want to feel that the whole year was like? Okay, so that's a wonderful place to start to see, and then that will give you that surge. Like, yes, I have the power and I can make my dreams a reality. So one is about tapping into that power that's within you. Okay, so it's about realizing that you have your power to turn your dreams into reality. Even when we are afraid, one is helping you, is inspiring you. Be confident. Be confident. It takes just giving you, just because I have a channel and I'm here, I do get nervous, coming in front of the camera. There may be some vanity metrics. They may be like, wow, what will happen? Will I fumble on my words? Hi, Tracy. Hi, guys. So, there is that part of the fear, but what I want to achieve is far greater than my fear. What I want to achieve is to be able to connect with you, to be able to speak with you, to be able to create this platform of love, of transformation, of sacredness. And that gives me the power, that gives me the strength to break free from some of these conditioned patterning that I have, right? Why I'm giving you my example is because you've got to see, anytime you're seeing the ones, anytime the one is being activated in your life, like the whole month of January is going to be a huge activation. It is activating. Let's start new. Let's begin anew. Let's start a new fitness regimen. Let's start a new health regimen. Let's start a new spiritual. I want to enroll in a course. I'm going to go in a PhD program. I'm going to, start my own cooking show, whatever that may be, right? So whatever that may be, we are inspired. One has that energy of, it's like a child. When a child is born, you want to touch and explore the world. So look at one as an energy of exploration rather than coming from a place of judgment. What will others say? Will others be? No, just like a child of God, explore your territory with enthusiasm, with hope, with optimism, and knowing that you are trying it out. I'm trying out something new. Why do I have to focus on failure? I can also focus on success, right? So that is, I wanted to begin with, let's start with the number one first. Okay, so it encourages you to focus on the present moment, okay, instead of worrying about the past and the future. Okay. This also says, I made my notes here. So it says that have a positive attitude, have a positive mindset towards what you want to achieve. Now, when I start to look at, let's say I started this channel, okay, a few years ago. It would be kind of a nice, maybe I'm going to throw in a gift right now. Yeah, something's coming to me. It's 11, right? So I get a lot of downloads on 11. So here's something. Does anybody, and I'm going to wait, does anybody know or can sense and guess, okay? And the first person who guesses this right is going to be the winner. This is just something random that's coming to me. Why did I start this channel? I'll drink my tea till that time. Why did I start this channel? Why did I start this channel? Any takers? Any guesses? I like that. To learn more about yourself, to help us. Yes. Yes. I'll leave that out. Whoever gets flows grows. Flows grows. You're the winner right now. So, for getting that right, I'm going to give you 15 minutes of one-on-one coaching with me or 15 minutes reading Compliments of Archana. Okay, so she's written here to connect and inspire others to get out of the comfort zone as you inspire others. So that is the winning answer, because that is truly why I created this. But when I'm ready to inspire someone, I've got to face my own shadows. So when you're seeing the ones, there's a new project, you feel like, there's a friend of mine. She is so good with food. I mean, anything that she cooks, she's amazing. I've told her a million times. I'm like, you could write a cookbook. You could totally start and teach others how to do this. You could start so many things if you really want, because that is such a great talent and she's so good at it and she loves doing it. So when you love to do something and you're inspired to do it, there will be that fear of what others are saying. So the angels, and I wrote down here angel number, is saying that this is the energy of manifestation. One is manifestation energy. One is the energy of masculine energy of, hey, I got this inspiration from God. I got this inspiration from source. And now let's make it happen. It's going to make it happen with your thoughts, with your energy, with your feelings. Make sense? Yes. Right? So with this new starts, the key is to focus on the present moment. One of the videos and one of my live streams, I'm going to be going live every 11th of the month. That you can mark it down. Ideally, I'd like to go at 11 a.m. That's a standard that I want to kind of go with. And every month I'm going to bring in some different information which tailors to that particular number. So today the great focus is on 1 and 2023. So on 211, I'm going to bring in about duality, about partnerships. And number 3 in the March, I'm going to talk about our creativity and also birthing of something new. All right. So I just want you to know that that's part of what I have already planned out for the year for all of us on this channel. Now, when you have all these endless possibilities and from that you decided, you know what? Archana wants to create this coaching program. Archana wants to start her Patreon. But what is the direction? What is the purpose of it? What am I trying to achieve? Now, there will be roadblocks. Do I want to focus on the roadblocks or do I want to focus on, I'm excited. I'm excited that on this path of creation, whatever challenges that are coming, you know what? The challenges are coming because it is helping me to grow into the person I'm meant to be achieving that, to be experiencing that. If I want to be a speaker in front of thousands and thousands of people, there will be those fears. There will be places where I will need to shift my mindset, shift the way I talk, the way I present myself. Does it make sense? So there are things that I will need to do and overcome if I am to, let's say, take over my stage. Does it make sense? That's one of my dream calling, like stage speaking. It just calls to me. Like the moment I see lights, it's like Archana is alive. The moment the lights are on me. Okay. So I have to go over that fear of, oh my God, Archana, are you being very egoistic? You're coming from a place of ego. You want the limelight. No, I have a natural draw towards that. I become alive from all aspects when I'm on stage, when I'm connecting with thousands of people. So there must be something in my DNA. It's in my heart. It's ingrained as a part of my purpose, but I have to overcome those limiting beliefs, those limiting challenges, right? Those limiting belief patterns like, oh, you know what? Are you being power hungry? Are you just want it for fame? So all those I have to break down, right? So every time I take that step forward, rather than looking at, oh, I only got 200 views, and look at that person, they got 2 million views. Rather than looking at what's not working in your life, in that project, look at, you've got to give yourself confirmation. So that's the new mindset with which I have been working since last year, and it's taken off a new role. So I'm sharing with you, perhaps that's something you can you can institute in your life, and you can see a big change. That I'm going to start giving myself confirmation every day that I am getting closer and closer to my dream goal. Does it make sense? So that is what it is. It's also the number where I like this. Okay, so this line I say here, make progress each day by setting achievable goals that will help you towards reaching those larger objectives. It's very standard even in business. I bring in some of my business background in here along with spiritual knowledge. And I really feel that this is very important. So yes, when you have a big vision, let's say I have this big vision. Now, big vision from where I am to where it is going to require for me to climb that mountain. So rather than just looking at, oh my God, I have 1,000,000 miles to go, the big saying is the journey of a thousand, what is it? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step in the right direction. I'm sure I butchered it, but do you kind of get what that quote is? You've got to begin somewhere. So set smaller goals. So set like, yay, I did this. I achieved this. And that's so great. And that means I've 200 people have actually connected with this, which means I have potential to grow into 300 more people, 400 more people till the time my goal is achieved. So start looking at metrics, and that's what the number 1 is all about. So in this month, and when is the next biggest 11s that we're going to see is the month of November, which is a full on, the month of 11 will have major charges by the end of the year because it's helping us to prepare for the following year. Okay. Now, what else is there? I've talked about it's a masculine energy. Oh yes, I think I didn't touch upon the leadership. So 1 is also the energy of leadership, which goes hands in hands with as you are exploring the world like a child. Where it's talking about leadership is that when you're standing, so it's like, you're standing straight and strong. Okay, when you're standing straight and strong, you're ready to receive more rather than when you're hunched over with thoughts and beliefs that are not very valuable, that are not very forward thinking, that are not very positive, right? So with this, when you're standing strong as a lighthouse to receive the knowledge, to receive the guidance, then as you stand here as a lighthouse, you're going to be shining that light out for others. And when they see there is another person who did this, so let me also stand up. So you begin to awaken, you begin to, rather than saying you should do it, you just stand strong in your power. When you stand strong in your power, you are giving an opportunity, you're giving a chance, you're serving as this lighthouse for others to awaken to their own light and divinity. Okay, so that's one of the things that I did want to talk about and touch upon. Now, let's start with the numbers 2023. So now let's talk about the number 2. I'll try and timestamp this video so we know that we're going from 1, 2, 3. So in case you ever want to kind of go back and look at it. So 2 is where 1 was a feminine number. 2 is considered the 1 was a masculine number. So 2 is a very feminine number. So it is the one that represents both grace and power. It aims at being cooperative. It aims at harmonizing. It aims at bringing peace and harmony, whether it is back in a relationship, whether it is back in a partnership. Okay, so it is the energy of intuition. Okay, so the 2 is associated in tarot and with the planetary alignments with the energy of the moon. Very nurturing, very deep, very sensitive, okay? Like a mother element. Okay. So the energy of number 2 tells us, or the quote that best describes the number 2 is, listen to your heart. It knows all things because it came from the soul of the world, and it will one day return there. Two is also the energy of inspiration. Okay? So think about it. You are standing here strong as yourself, right? And then come an entry of another person. Now, with the another person, they have their own ideas, thoughts, and feelings. So whenever we have the energy of 2, also understand there will be conflict and contrast, because there are going to be contrasting beliefs, contrasting thoughts. So there's going to be that push and pull factors. Okay. So there's going to be that tension or a coming together, right? A union, a coming together, or a conflict, because I'm standing here, I'm standing here. So when we introduce the number 3, then we're talking about more collaborative work. I'll touch more upon the number 2 in the next month's live channeling on 2/11. Okay, for now, we must understand that everything works in polarities, right? Sun, moon. You've got the light, dark, day, night, good, bad. Everything is experienced in polarity, right? Otherwise, how are you going to experience what is happiness if you were just by yourself and no one else in the world? Just when someone else comes in, just the way I'm standing here and you're there. Oh, Archana has this color hair. Oh, I have another color hair. Oh, Archana is wearing black. Maybe she likes black, but I like red. So there's that contrasting. Through that contrast, we begin to see ourselves. So rather than looking at the people you don't get along with, whose ideas you absolutely can't stand because they drive you nuts, because it feels like so off, okay, understand that they are coming from their divine understanding, whatever that level of understanding is. Does it kind of make sense, right? So once you begin to place yourself outside of yourself and try to see another perspective, like, yes, when the sun is out, I can do this, this, this. When the moon is there, the stars are out. I can sleep, I can rest, I can rejuvenate. So the night has its own energy. It has its own positivity, as does the light in the day, right? So it's not like, oh, I like the light more and I don't like the dark. Both serve a certain purpose. So that's a great place to begin with. So we're talking about manifestation of duality here, okay? Which is what we talked about right now. Let's see. Because the deeper message on 2, I'm going to go next month. Yes, I like this. So 1 is an important point of focus that as a single point essentially doesn't mean much without something to compare it with, which is what I was trying to say earlier. Another point of focus becomes essential, bringing the much needed energies of opposition and comparison, opening up the possibilities of a choice. That's why the number 2 is associated with choice. Okay. So we talked about it being complementary or opposing. So conflict or potentials and possibilities with choice. And that's why the number 2, why we say it's a feminine number, is because it's about feelings, right? I feel this is what I want to do. This is my feeling, and this is my realm of understanding through my emotional energy, through my understanding, through my feelings state, okay? And that's what the energy of 2 is bringing in. So right now, I've covered the first part of 2023. 2 is about duality. 2 is highly feminine, highly receptive. It's about contrast. It's about comparisons. It's about coming together. It's about harmony through conflicting ideas, coming to a central point of connection and peace. Okay? So 2 offers us the opportunity of peace. 2 offers us greater insight into the world, that this is one viewpoint, which is what I hold. This is another person's viewpoint, which is, to them, that is their world. So it's equally important. So it offers greater perspective. With greater perspective, the soul and the third eye, there's a greater expansion and understanding. Okay, so it's also the energy where 1 is about, let's go to this, we're going to manifest this, we're going to do this. It's all about do. That's the 1 energy, right? Confidence, charge, and move. And 2 is about, let's kind of go back. Let's go inward. Let's reflect. Let's look at what I feel. Let's look at why this conflict is taking place. How can I bring harmony in it? What is it that I can do? So 2 offers us this gift, which means the whole of our decade and a whole of our century is really offering all of that. That's the beginning of understanding harmony through conflicting ideas. Okay? Yeah, that's what's coming through here. So that's the first energy for the year of 2022 is 2. It's offering that energy of understanding. Okay. Now let's go to the number 0. Okay. So when we're talking about the number 0, and it's interesting, mathematicians for the longest time, like, is 0 a number? Really? Because I have 1 pen, I have a second pen, I have X number of pens, but what is this 0? So it was like kind of a complex situation. And I loved it when I was kind of preparing for this. I got a little bit lost. I'm a bit geeky. I mean, in case you didn't know, I love geeky stuff. I do. I love geeky stuff. So I love reading about mathematics. I love reading about, all these out there kind of thinking and out there, like touching the edge of like, whoa, what is this? Extraterrestrial stuff. I absolutely love that stuff. All that's possible in the universe is what I love. Anyway, so coming back to what I was reading about 0, and I was like kind of fascinated, and it reawakened of what I already knew. And that is that, let's start. Okay, you have 1. I give you $1. Okay, I'm giving you $1. Now, when I add a 0 after that, now what is it? That 0 has amplified the energy of 1, has it not? Now you have $10. Okay, now if I just kind of reverse the 0 and I put the 0 first, like there was a 0 and now I added a 1, what do you have? I only have $1, Archana, right? So the placement of the 0 in mathematics is very, very important, right? Like we say, 0 has no value. Not at all. Okay, I have 1. I'm making $1 a day today. All right. Oh, now I have 0. I'm making $10 a day. Let's add another 0. Oh, I'm making 100. Oh, another 0. So 0 is amplifying what? 0 is amplifying the energy of that number before. Okay, so it's amplifying it. Look at the value now. If I have 3 zeros after the 1, okay, I've got 1,000, right, versus the 1. So it has amplified the energy. So it's important that you kind of, from this playful energy, you kind of understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so now, given that 0 holds all potential or nothing. When it was placed before the 1, it is quote unquote nothing. Nothing. Everything exists in it. What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with it? That's what 0 says. So you draw from that infinite source. You draw from that infinite source. And what did you draw? You drew 1. Now, okay, you drew 1. Now I'm placing the 0 after the 1. Which means from this 1 singularity, my energy has been amplified of the universe. Okay, the 0. So 0 holds all potentials. And 0 holds its all and it's nothing existing simultaneously. Okay? So 0 is assigned in tarot to the Fool. We assign the Fool card. For those who are familiar with the story of tarot, it is the hero's journey. Okay? The hero's journey. And the hero is the Fool. The Fool begins the journey as 0. And then he goes through these different energies, through challenges, through growth, and then discovers different aspects within himself as a human, when I'm saying himself, as a mankind, and arises up back to meet with humanity, and you complete the full circle. That's the hero's journey. That's the tarot. Now, when we're talking about why is it assigned to the Fool card, Fool energy in tarot speaks of utter trust, very little baggage. You are literally like saying, yes to earth. I want to be born. I want to experience earth. You tell God, yes, I'm coming down to earth. Yay, torpedo down to earth. And then boom, you had all this hope, excitement, optimism when you signed up to come down to earth. Now, of course, when you came down to earth, you didn't think, you didn't know that there would be so many challenges and so many trials and tribulations, and you would need to discover and find and grow through all of this to be and experience and know yourself. Okay, so that's the Fool's journey. And why am I talking about this in here in this time? It's for you to understand and connect to that part, like a fool, like utter trust, like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. So remember, with the 1 and then you have the 0 here, you're taking this individual energy manifested in this, and then you're looking from this, what should I create? Should I create a coaching program? Or should I write the book first? Or should I do this cooking show? I don't know. There's so many things to choose from. Take anything you want. It's possible. From that zero. From that zero. So don't let all those other thoughts get you. Go into what you feel. What are you inspired to? I told you, I'm like inspired to do this. I want to be this inspirational speaker who just touches the hearts of millions. I mean, that's my ultimate dream. I mean, like, I can't even tell you how excited I would be when I would have that and see that that's what happened. Like, oh, that would be my best, on my deathbed, that's what I've experienced. That's what I shared. It just would be such a soulful, satisfying experience for me. Okay. So from that, you take that leap, you begin that journey. Okay. Chasing of the dreams, moving towards this new phase. Now we've covered the number 2. I've talked about it. I've talked a little bit about 0 here. Okay. Now let's talk about now I'm going to give you chunks. Now at this point of the video where I'm going to timestamp it, this is going to be 20. Let's look at now the number 20. Okay. 20 is, I like it. I read this. I should have given credit. I don't know where I read it from, but I read it on the internet. When I find it, I promise I'll give you credit. Okay. I've been a teacher. I cannot plagiarize other people's material. This is not mine, so I'm going to read it. Sequence 20 gives a warning energy that success does not come to those who are used to complaints in life. In other words, you have to be accountable for what is happening in your life no matter what. This is mind-blowing. I loved it. Okay? So it says there, success is not coming to those who are complaints in life. And we all have been there and done that. Things don't work. We start off this project. Oh my God, I don't understand tech. Oh my God, I'm going to have to do A, B, and C. I don't know how that's going to happen. All of that. So what are we doing? We're saying we're sending out the energy of things are hard. It's hard to manifest. It's hard to bring dreams to reality. And we get locked in. We get stuck in a certain energetic pattern. Oh, I love it. 1111 on my screen for something. That's wonderful. So thank you, angels, for this confirmation that this was meant to be for today. So we have to understand and see our mindset. And perhaps that's why the great push came within me to pause before I continue making all sorts of videos and all sorts of things, so now directing it towards what my heart is feeling. I'm feeling like what I want to bring forth is set myself up which is what I am, is a transformational coach. Helping people to see a different mindset, to choose a mindset that's aligned with your goals. Choose a mindset that's aligned with your dreams, where you can express yourself. You can walk confidently, following your dreams, choosing experiences where you have the freedom of choice. I have the freedom to choose what I want to experience in my life. Okay, so that's very big for me at this year. Is this going to be what I'm going to do at the end of my life? I don't know, but this is what my big call is. So I'm going to allow for that to experience that. So that's where the number 20 is talking about. Now, when I'm getting on this path, there's so many things I still don't know. I need to figure A, B, C, D out. They'll present itself as challenges. So rather than me complaining about, Archana, this is so hard. Archana, this is so difficult. Archana, this is so... Rather than focusing on what's not working and saying, this dynamic has showed up in my life. Amazing. Something for me to learn. Something for me to learn because it's getting me closer to my dream. So have a positive outlook with 20, okay? 20 also deals with your inner strength, unity, and also resistance from outside influences. For this one, this particular part, I want to make a separate video. I may do live, I don't know how that's going to pan out, but I definitely want to do a video about how we have to be mindful of the incoming messages from other people. How are we taking them as ours? If someone says, Archana, you are crazy. You don't know how to do A, B, and C. You know what? That knowledge that you're sharing is BS or this or that. And I suddenly say, oh my God, yeah. You know what? I am sharing BS. So what have I done? I've taken someone else's opinion, someone else's thoughts, okay, and made them my own. When I make them my own, now I operate out of that frequency. When I'm operating out of the frequency that my stuff is all BS and it is not impacting others, I'm going to repeat that cycle. So what is it that I need to do? Is that supporting me? That thought form was not supporting me. That thought form is an opinion. Okay? I am connected to my heart source. I'm receiving the divine guidance. If in my heart I have genuineness, if in my heart I don't have a desire to hurt another person or to mislead others, then I trust that whatever is coming forth will be from the highest, because that's my highest intention. When my highest intentions are there, that person doesn't have my best interest. So I must learn to discern, learn to discern what thoughts I want to take with me in creating my projects. And it also speaks of, number 20 speaks of is to reach for success, yes, but you must cultivate relationships and strengthen bonds, right? So it's important for us in this great wave of wanting to create and having things and wanting to achieve certain dreams. So Archana must be mindful that not to be so quote unquote blinded by the end destination that Archana forgets to take time out to cultivate relationship with friends or to cultivate relationships with family or to be present for others. It may mean I would need to give some time there versus this drive that I have towards a project. So Archana needs to maintain a balance. Okay, so that's what that number 20 reminds us, that it is through connections, it is through harmony, it's through the love energy, it's through understanding and peace with other people that we will be able to achieve everything that we want. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next part of our number sequencing. We are now to 202, okay? Because we are 2023. So I will timestamp this at 202. Now, we've already talked about 2. We've already talked about 0. We've talked about 20. Now I'm talking about the number 202. You are ready now to move to the next stage of your spiritual journey. This is the time, angels say, for you to have faith. With faith, you can achieve the impossible. Okay? With faith, you can achieve the impossible. And I cannot preach on this because I am developing faith. I am better at faith now than I was earlier. So I am improving in faith. The more faith Archana has in her dreams and in herself, the more she's able to be in tune with the universe, the more she is in harmony with others, and that's what the external begins to reflect back in Archana's life. Okay. Am I there 100%? Absolutely not. Okay. But the key is to concentrate on faith. So I like this. When things get overwhelming, which they always do, we know that. There's no person in this world that has not felt the overwhelm. When things get overwhelming, turn your abilities and believe that you can do anything you set your mind to. So channel your energies and work with determination. That's when you harness your one power. Harness the power of your mind. And that's why I'm moving towards mindset coaching. That's why I'm moving more towards that. That's where my life purpose is, to help people to shift into a higher vibrational mindset. Okay. I like this. Now, so the number 2, which is coming after the 0. Remember, we got the 2-0. Now we have the 2. So the second 2 is coming after the number 0. It's saying that from this nothingness, from this process of opposition and complementarity, conflicts and partnerships, from the lessons you have learned, growth you have had, you're moving towards new experiences, okay? You're moving towards new experiences. So be open to receiving new information, new ideas to where your heart is pulling you towards. Okay, so I've already shared my personal experience that this is where my heart is pulling me towards now. Who knows how it'll shift and evolve and grow as the days progress in this year. But that's where I'm being inspired towards. Okay, so I'm open to receiving new information, it's saying here. New ideas to where your heart is pulling you. Now, as much as we want to move through our life with trust and faith, it is advisable to be discerning of viewpoints of others. Oh yes, I wrote this down because I think it's very important. So what happens is when we're moving through, and this I've personally experienced that, I'm very sure many of you might have experienced something similar to some degree. We begin when we are starting something new. It's a new project. Okay, whether it was like, okay, I have to start YouTube. I'm starting a YouTube channel. Nobody I know knows how to start this YouTube channel, so I'm gonna have to read about it and figure out how to do this live streaming. How do I read about this software? I don't know any of that. So there were a lot of fears and a lot of things that were arising in Archana, right? So people started to say, you know what, you need to get that right lighting, you need to do this. And I'm thinking, yes, that's right. No, that's right. So there was a lot of information that was coming because now I'm entering a new realm. Okay. So as Archana was entering into this new realm, a lot of information was coming. There was some guidance that was coming in that was like, do you really want to do this? Is this really, what you want to do? Because you don't have A, B, and C. So there was a part of me that would get afraid. Okay. So, but over this years, one part was there. In my heart, I kept getting the draw that I have to be in front of the camera, I have to be in front of audience, I have to be in front of audience. It's my natural draw. It's where I feel very good. Okay. So struggled through a bunch of stuff. Okay. Struggled through a lot of that. So the key became this whole story, the purpose of the story was discernment. I had a hard time discerning what to take as mine and what not to take. So as this 202, and if you see the numbers 202, okay, know that the universe is guiding you, helping you, your intuition. Tap into your inner self. Tap into what your heart is feeling. Heart portal connects you to the heart of the universe, okay, to your soul. Seat of the soul is here. Your heart knows the way. If you feel it in your heart, you do that. So be discerning of viewpoints of other people. Okay, that's one message with the 202. Be mindful. This was a hard lesson for me. Be mindful that not everyone has your best interest. Because I, like a fool, I assign myself as a fool. Always, always. Trusting people. So that was my fool's journey, is that I gave of trust, I gave of love, I gave of emotion, I gave of understanding. And I trust 100%. I trust what's there not to trust? I mean, why? I trust world, I trust life. Life is good, people are good. And then it kept showing that it's not the case. So it hardened my heart. It hardened and created like blocks and the heart like not allowing. See, I can still feel that bit of a throat, right? So I created like blocks around that heart so that I wouldn't be hurt. I wouldn't be hurt because the world was not what I wanted it to be. So I began to hate the world. Like, oh my God, it's disgusting. It's just like, how can people, human beings be this? So this feeling of huge separation, and then me wanting to just say that I just don't want to be in this world. God, I just want to die now. Can you just take me? It's just like, world is crazy. Like, how can humans be like this? So there's a lot of clearing that needed to take place, like that fool's energy. But over time, forgiveness, healing, whatever my lessons were meant to be, I still was meant to be this loving, trusting soul, but also learned the power of discernment. And power of discernment, I feel, that's what my understanding is a very I would want to say it's a blend of feminine and masculine, but it's like I am feeling like discernment comes in. Once you get the intuitive nudge, then it's the masculine energy, the logic. And I would operate out of, oh no, I love them and they must love me back. And what? What do you mean? It's not equal. What? That's a buster. That was a hard lesson, God. I can laugh about it now, but at that time it was just like ridiculous. Like, how is it possible? Anyway, So the key is discernment is a masculine energy to learn to draw boundaries of what's mine, what's not. So that's why I am going to be turning towards transformation and mindset coaching, because I'd allowed other people's opinions to infiltrate my mind. And it eroded my own self-confidence and self-worth. So, but all of you, my channel, all of you, I love you dearly very much. That's why I give of my heart freely, is because all of you gave me that macrocosm. You're my macrocosm outside. You gave me that reflection that, yes, with trust and with your determination, we love you. We want to be part of your growth, and it's growing and growing. So it has given me all of your subscribes, all of your love and share that you bring from me has amplified my life purpose and divine life path, right? So the 202 is also that, check the company you keep. Are they your supporters, or are they the ones who are finding faults with you? And some you can't kind of get rid of, the ones who find faults with you. Then you have to learn to block those minds and focus on what you believe, okay? So it's a continuous flow of energy to experience happiness and fulfillment, create harmony and balance in your life. That's the big message of 202. Okay, now I want to talk about the number 3. We'll go more deep into 3 in the month of March. Okay. So in numerology, number 3 is astrologically to the planet of Jupiter, Guru. Okay. And the quote that was given there was, if you're not excited about it, it's not the right path. And this is a quote by Abraham Hicks. And in tarot, number 3 is associated with the Empress, which is about abundance, which is about fertility, which is about growth, while all the time warning against inaction. Okay. 3 is a combination of numbers 2 and 1, which means the lessons that you have learned. It speaks about the lessons that one has to learn in order to move forward in life. It speaks about the lessons that one has to learn in order to move forward in life. Okay? So this is symbolic of a spiritual being having a human experience. Number 3 is an innately expression of nature. When we think about it, things happen in Trinity. Celebrations with 3s, okay? Earth, sun, moon, okay? Our human body, mind, and spirit, okay? With time, we think about time, which is past, present, future, right? And our full cycles of experience as birth, life, and death. So I will delve a lot more about the tri-wave of evolution, of destruction, preservation, and creation. Okay, so I'll go into that in March when we are harnessing that number. We are connecting with the number 3. Okay, now let's talk about the number 23. Okay, because that's what we are moved into. We are moved from 2022 to the number 2023. Now, number 23 represents change, because it totals up to 5, right? It represents change, innovation, and progress. New beginnings, revolution, and transformations. So there's going to be a lot of spiritual growth that you're going to experience in this year. Okay. So number 23 is going to remind you to use your natural abilities and talents and creativity to bring joy and happiness into your life. Live your life with joy. Make it your mantra. The energy that you're going to put out into the universe is going to reflect back to you. So being positive and hopeful is going to reflect that back to you. Number 23 is also about self-expression and creativity. And perhaps that's why by September, October, I started to revamp my services and offerings. And one of the big things that came up was self-expression. I did not know about this. I literally, meditated on all these numbers just last week or the week before, when I was thinking about doing this live stream. Okay. So it talks about it's important to love yourself first before you can find a healthy relationship with others. And I think I'll talk about these in my show, where we want to, and I've done this myself, right? So we want to be with another person for them to validate us, to support us, to love us. But the journey always is, can I love myself first and be happy being with me? before I can call in a new person. When you call in a new person, then they're going to be the right match for you. Okay? So that's number 23. Now, I also want to now talk about the number 4 because we got 2023. There's also the number 4 in this year. 4 is, I love this. It says here, the best thing you can do is to master the chaos within you. You're not thrown into the fire. You are the fire. Mastering the chaos within you, creating stability. 4 is about stability. It's associated with the Emperor card, about authority, about worldly power, about knowledge, about wisdom, stability, and discipline. Okay? 4 represents stability, order, conscientiousness, and determination. So I want to also highlight that the 4 is also the energy of the 4 elements of fire, water, air, and earth. Air element is that of new ideas, so stabilizing your ideas. With passion, the fire, creative fire. Okay? And our emotional energy, connecting to our emotions and bringing it to the earth realm. That is the 4 elements. When these 4 elements, it's not consciously you're going to say, oh, what is the air element? What is the earth element? You'll notice it. Are you being overly emotional? Okay, if you're being overly emotional, the emotional energy may be needing healing and a recalibration at that time. Okay, so what is it that you can do? Maybe you can harness the power of the mind with the air. Okay, or you can do something that is creative, right, to balance that energy out, to bring that balance in. Or if you find yourself over-focused on the earth element, how am I going to do this? My finances are running out and I need to work. I'm working 80 hours in a week. I'm literally so that's a lot of earth element. It needs to be evened out by so many other elements. So notice, make it like a weekly habit. Make it like, a month is too long. Make it like a weekly habit to scan yourself to see in this week what was more active and what are some of the shifts. That's your intuitive guidance. Okay, that's your intuitive guidance. It's important. Okay, so and I also feel with the number 4, what's going to happen is that for you to achieve your dreams, for you to reach what you want to achieve, it talks about stability. It talks about creating structure. So if you're someone who doesn't like structure, it is something that you can institute to see that within a structure, I can really make things happen. When it's completely unstructured with no end goal, with no plan in action, things are not going to happen. Of course, there's always a shadow side to everything. Are you over planning? Are you not allowing your feminine energy, which is the Empress card, balancing with the masculine energy of creating a structure? So having the flow within a structure. Okay? So that's something that each one of us will learn in this year. Okay? And number 23 is the energy of 5. So this year is all going to be about a big change in your life. Okay? Mercury, it's associated with the planet Mercury. I love this one. This quote is, somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. Somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. It's associated with the energy of the Hierophant, which is, again, our spiritual understanding, spiritual knowledge, which is what we have talked about. Okay? So there's a lot of changes that are coming in your life. But these changes, for them to materialize, action must be taken by you, number 1. You have the intuitive guidance with the 2s, okay, of what it's coming about. Now, whole of 2023, what does it total to? I'll wait a minute. What does 2023 total do? Seven. Yes, Ellen, thank you. I have a delay. That's why I had to wait. Yes, 7. So that is where I will be ending our 2023 because I will leave you with some questions with that. 7 is the number for spirituality. Okay. And the quote that goes with that is, you have to grow from inside out. None can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but yourself. And that quote is by Swami Vivekananda. It's associated with our chariot card. And the chariot card in tarot has two horses, white and black. One representing the analytical mind and the other representing our intuitive mind. So 7 is about being analytical, being perceptive, and introspective. 7 is a blend of number 3 and number 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 3 is the energy of creativity and 4 is the energy of practicality. Remember the Empress, which is the fertile, the creative energy, and the Emperor, which is about structure, about making practical choices. So 7 is about blending the two. Blending the two. Okay? It's a connection between heaven and earth. How is this connection between heaven and earth happening? It's through you. Okay? You're connecting your crown chakra, to receive the infinite guidance of Source. Through your heart, through your thoughts, you're manifesting something. Okay, you're connecting into the heart of Mother Earth. Okay, so the number 7 shows that a great period of stability is going to come. And 5 is the energy of instability, right? 5 is like there will be some jarring information, there will be changes, and sometimes we welcome changes, and sometimes some of the changes are not welcome. Okay, I don't want to say unwelcome. And I do remember now that I'm talking to you, that I remember doing the Divine Masculine reading for the year 2023, and it kind of got me off guard when the first card came out on the theme that the Divine Masculines are integrating in this year. So the energy for the Divine Masculine, I remember, was the first card that I saw was the Tower. Tower speaks of major enlightenment, major changes. It can be wanted and unwanted. Okay, so pay attention, because that is a great spiritual growth that's coming. So in this year, especially this year, the number 2023 is showing that this great period of stability is coming in. So listen to your intuition, your guides and ascended masters. Remember that you are the creative force and you don't need anyone else's approval for success in life. So be confident that you're supported by your guides, and also become self-reliant. So if someone is not showing up in your life to help you, okay, if I cried at the beginning, oh my God, no one's helping me, all these tech people, they know all this stuff, nobody's helping me to do this on my channel and blah 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 and all of that, till I realized that, hey, you know what, I got this. Through this difficult, challenging time where others were not supporting, or I felt like they were not supportive, but that was universe's way of saying, we want you to be self-reliant. We want you to learn from your own so that you're not dependent on another person. And that's amazing, right? That's amazing. So that's going to be a big lesson in 2023. To be self-reliant, and that you're not dependent on another person for your happiness or for things you want to accomplish or do. Support is different, and reliance on another person is different. So the key energy for 2023 is going to be self-reliant, be confident in yourself, okay, and that you don't need another person's approval to succeed in life. This is also the period in 2023, a time for self-reflection and awareness, which is not surprising with the Hierophant energy, okay, and the Chariot card. So take time out in this year, whether you are taking out weekly time or you are taking out time every day, whatever works for you, but you must take out time. Don't get so involved with the energy of 4, practicality, making things, I have a billion things to do. Come back to that creative force. For you to be creative, to be the highest and the best version in practical, you must take that time out within you, okay, to reflect. So I would highly recommend, if you do not have a reflection journal, I would highly recommend for you to begin at least weekly. Every week, write down, reflect back on some things, okay? So it's going to be important. It's going to bring to awareness what works, what doesn't work, okay? So take time out to do that. It is in that discovery process you're going to begin to overcome fears and doubts, as well as to navigate through life's challenges, okay? I love this. 7 is 7 symbolizes a person's inner wisdom, self-awareness, intuition, and mystical insights. Inner wisdom, self-awareness, intuition, and mystical insights. That is the key energy for 2023. Inner wisdom comes through understanding of the lessons, the challenges, the breakthroughs. Okay, self-awareness through self-reflection. This is my repeating pattern. I'm operating out of my shadow. I'm operating out of fear, out of, I don't want to be vulnerable. My inner child's feeling wounded. Self-awareness. Intuition is tapping into the time of, it doesn't matter the chaos outside. I'm coming from an internal place, my intuition. And the mystical insights are about your aha moments, your enlightenment moments that come in. Okay, so listen to your intuitive guidance before you make any important life choices is a big message for 2023. Listen to your intuitive guidance before making choices. Be the person who stands for something and takes responsibility for their actions. Okay, you've got to take responsibility for the actions, whether those actions were less than. Okay, so when I make a mistake and I truly genuinely realize that it was my mistake, I do not even hesitate 1 second to pick up the phone or see the person in person and truly apologize from my heart. And it happened like literally on Monday. Okay, so do take responsibility, for your actions. When you take responsibility of actions, you're releasing blame. You're not blaming another person. You say, I'm in charge of my life. I'm in charge of what's taking place. I'm in charge of my reaction to an external circumstance. So in this year, infuse your life with positive and uplifting energy. And the guidance of the number 7 is going to help you to embrace new experiences and make positive changes in your life. And the way you're going to harness this energy is to keep an open mind and maintain a positive outlook as you move through these transitions in your life. Hi, Anaya. So that is what I have as the energy breakdown of the numbers 2023, but it truly came down to the number 7 because that is what the inherent qualities of our experience of this year is going to be. So I hope you've enjoyed this session, and if you have any questions, I will be available here for a few more minutes before my computer completely dies on me. I am totally here for you. If you have any questions, feel free to write and ask. And flows grows. Let me give you my email. I told you, right? You get 15 minutes. Let me give you my email right now. So I'll wait for somebody if they have any questions for me. Oh, I need glasses. 1 second. So shoot me an email, dear, and we can schedule something. Alrighty. So if no one has any questions for me, then thank you. Loved it. I'm so glad. Thank you, loves. And I like that. Great stuff opening up for all of you. I would love to hear how your life is going, what shifts are taking place. We stay connected. And, I'm going to post a lot more on my channel, on my community board. If you have not subscribed yet, for those who will be tuning in later, is I like to bring forth readings based on what I'm picking up on energies and what most people want and what I feel, what I'm guided towards. So there are a couple of readings I just did yesterday. Those are like awesome. They're going to come up in this week and next week for you. I'm just editing them. You won't see me, not because I'm camera shy, because I wanted you to see those cards. All right, and I think they're amazing because I love watching my own channelings because at that time I don't know what I'm speaking. Thank you, love. So thank you all for being here. Namaste. May 2023 bring in your greatest desires and dreams to fruition. Above all, stay heart-centered. Trust that, you take a few steps and you take a few steps back. It's completely okay. It's part of the journey. It's part of our fool's journey, and we are all in it together. So sending you all love and light, and I will catch you in my next live stream on February 11th. Alrighty. In February, we're excited. And I see Dirk Ellis, you're here, my Aquarian person. I mean, February is exciting. It's my birthday month. I get excited. So my mom is coming from India after, 15 years. And she's going to be here between, staying with me for some time and with my sister in Bay Area. And I'm going to go I'm going to go see her for her birthday. Her birthday is Valentine's Day and mine's 13th. So when I was booking my tickets to go see my mom for a few days over there, my sister was saying, why don't you come like earlier? I'm like, no, I'm going to do my live session, and with all the kids and the dog and everybody home, I'm not going to be able to do it. So I'm doing the live session and then flying out the next day. So just wanted to tell you, I hope I see you guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful January to contemplate, to create, and we'll talk soon. Sending you love. Bye.